About that, he dropped again, so we are back up and quick start to this third quarter here. Crusaders jumped out and had a few quick, easy buckets on there. The Thunder have come back with a bucket of their own.
Pribble getting ready to pass it inbounds. Tries to shoot it over to Whiff, but intercepted by 2. 2 will drive down the court, pass over to 4 on the corner. Drives up to the top of the key, passes over to 22 on the wing. 22 drives over further wing, passes to 2 deep corner. 34 on the block. They will get Anders Whiff on the reach foul.
Anders picked up his third foul there. So he will take a break.
34
Avery
shoots
Hall
up
comes in.
Corner. Go ahead.
Nope.
Pretend I'm not here. 34 on the paint, shoots over to 12 on the wing. 2 down at the block. Fires up a quick 2-pointer. Hall with the whiff. Whiff to Evelyn, over to Haig in the corner. Drives in, goes under the hoop, and puts in a quick shot.
Isaac Haig with 6 points this quarter so far.
12-4, drives up, top of the key, over to 12 on the wing. 12 drives in a little bit, tipped out of his hands by Pribble, but he grabs it again. Goes up for a potential travel, but the rebound will be grabbed by Whiff. Settles up top of the key, over to Evelyn on the wing, fires up to 3. Bounces off the rim, rebound grabbed by Whiff. Whiff fires up another shot, but missed. Rebound grabbed by 12. And they will say that Avery Hall tripped him as he was driving in. Body foul. Score 25-47, 5.5 minutes left in third quarter. 2 fouls for each, the Crusaders and Thunder. 12 passes inbounds to 22 on the block. He fires up and sinks the shot. Whiff into Hall. Hall drives across the timeline, settles up top of the key. Passes over to Whiff on the wing. Haig deep corner. Haig drives in towards the basket, fires up a shot. The shot will go out, and they will call that on the body. Haig sets up to take his first shot. First shot is up. Rings around the rim and bounces out. Getting ready, second shot up and swishes in. 2 inbounds to 12. 12 drives across the timeline, settles up top of the key, passes to 2 on the wing. 2 drives in towards the block, passes the long court to 12 in the deep corner, shoots up and sinks a 3. Whiff passes inbounds to Hall. Hall across the timeline, heading for the wing, stops quick. Over to Whiff, top of the key, fires up a 3. It'll bounce out. Dribble goes for the rebound but misses. 34 will grab it instead. Drive across the timeline, settle up top of the key. Pass over to 10 on the wing, fires up a 3, bounces off the rim. Rebound grabbed by Whiff. Whiff slows down the game a little bit, crosses the timeline, shoots it over to Hall on the wing. Evelyn at the top of the key, Whiff on the wing. Drives out to the corner into the block. And they will get 22 on an elbow foul. Score 26-52, 4 minutes left in third quarter. Hall takes it out. Passes into Evelyn, over to Whiff in the corner. Whiff to Evelyn on the wing, tipped straight up by 12. It'll go out of bounds. remain with the Crusaders right by their bench.
Looks like we will take a timeout here. Coach Hall wants a full timeout, so we will hear a word from our sponsors, and we will be back in a minute.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Out here, you learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing.
All right, we're back. Avery Hall will look to inbounds for the Crusaders over to Henrik Whiff. Back to Hall, who will set the offense as we get going. Out to Henrik, looks inside, gets trapped, but finds Haig. Henrik looks to drive, comes back out. 10 on the shot clock.
Hall deep corner. Drives out to the wing, passes over to Haig, top of the key.
Isaac Haig with a
shot.
deep three, just off the mark.
12 will snag the rebound, drive hard. Feed straight in up to the block and sink in a quick 2 points. With inbounds to Hall. Slowing the pace down a little bit, crosses the timeline. Shoots it over to Evelyn on the wing. With in the corner over to Hall on the wing. Evelyn top of the key. Tries to pass over to Pribble, but intercepted by 10, pass to 34. Drives across the timeline. Goes straight in towards the block, shoots out to the 2 on the corner, over to 10, 12 on the wing, 34. Tries to pass into 20 on the block, but it'll fall out of bounds.
Just a little slow on the cut. A little unsure whether he was going to kick it out to the corner or into the cut, and led him a little bit too far.
With inbounds to Hall. Hall passes the timeline, shoots it over to Whiff on the wing. Over to Hall on the wing. Whiff in the middle.
Ooh. Gonna go the opposite way.
They would call that a
Looks
charge.
like gonna be a charge. Dropped his shoulder. It's probably what I would figure. Knowing from a
We didn't get to see the actual gesture for charge, though. For those of you who aren't avid basketball enjoyers, it looks a little like the sprinkler dance move. Evelyn will snag the ball away from the Thunder. Drive across over to Hall. Whiff will tip the rebounds just inbounds. Intercepted pass by 10 over to 12, who sinks in a quick 2 points. Hall over to Evelyn, back to Hall. Drives across the timeline over to Evelyn on the wing. Pass to Whiff gets intercepted by 10. He will drive across the timeline, settle up on the wing, over to 20 on the wing, 12 in the corner. Dribbles out to the wing, 10 top of the key, over to 20 corner, 10 top of the wing, over to 12 on the wing. Shoots it over to 2, who dribbles up from the paint, moves around a little bit, rebound eventually snagged by Whiff. He'll dribble across the timeline over to Hall, back to Whiff, over to Hall on the wing. Hall shoots it back over to Whiff, who's now on the wing. He fires up a shot but misses. Rebound grabbed by 10. 10's passed to 2, intercepted by Whiff, passed over to Haig. Haig drives up for the shot and puts it in. 12 will take it. Walk across the timeline.
And it will be a 30-second timeout taken by the Thunder. We'll be back in 30 with the rest of
CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change. Because together, we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
We hope you are all enjoying this.
All right, and welcome back as we finish off this third quarter. Thunder will take the ball out on their side of the court.
Three passes inbounds to 10. 10 dribbles over on the key. 3 deep wing. 20 deep corner, passes to 10 on the wing. 20 deep corner. Back to 10 on the wing. Passes over to 3 on the other wing. Drives just inside 3-point line. Over to 0. Dribbles out to the wing. 3 passes to 20 deep corner. Passes inbounds to 35 at the block. Puts up a shot and sinks it in. Hall drives up, crosses the timeline, settles over on the wing. Passes over to Whiff, back to Whiff at the top of the key. Hall over on the wing. Dribbles out a little ways, and they will call that a push foul against number 0. Awaiting update. Yes, that will be a push foul against number 0 for the Thunder, putting Avery Hall on the line for 2. 25 seconds left, score 28-58 in favor of the Thunder. First shot in and good. Second shot up and in. 35 inbounds to 10. 10 crosses the timeline.
Oh,
They will get a hold against Avery Hall. I'd say they had their pick of what they wanted to call the foul on. 5 seconds left on the clock. 3 passes inbounds to 35 on the wing. 3 at the free throw line.
blocked by
Picked off
Pribble.
by Pribble. Tries for the long court shot, but won't make it. That'll mark the end of the third quarter with a score 30-58. We will be back in a minute.
Productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
All right, and as we get going to start this fourth quarter, the next game for the Lady Crusaders will be on Monday as postseason play starts. They will travel to Wakpala. That's a 7 o'clock Central Time start. The boys will have next week off, and they will be waiting to see who their first round opponent, as their postseason will start a week from Monday or Tuesday, depending on seed. Isaac Haig takes a shot. Anders Whiff goes to put it back and maybe gets just a bit too much arm with that. Had a good play there, just didn't get that ball to go.
With running clock, the Crusaders are going to be having a bit less time, already under 7.5 minutes left in the quarter. Score 30-58 in favor of Thunder. 7 minutes left in the game. Passes over to 4 on the wing, 23 deep corner. 23 drives out to 3 on the wing. Into 42 on the block, puts up a shot, but it'll bounce off the bottom of the backboard. He will get fouled by Jonah Pribble, number 35. Nope, that will be Anders With. He will foul out of the game. Number 42, Caleb Schur, setting up on the line to shoot. Henrik Whiff will come in place of Anders. First shot is up and out. Second shot up and in. Whiff inbounds to Sarchet, back to Whiff. Whiff crosses the timeline. Looks, passes to Haig over on the wing. Evelyn top of the key. Whiff on the wing. Sarchet top of the key.
Yep, Cooper Sarchet now in the game for the Crusaders.
Evelyn top of the key over to Sarchet, deep corner. Evelyn on the wing. Long distance pass over to Haig.
Shot clock going off. Will be blocked out of bounds. I don't think they... Was it a foul or was it a shot clock violation?
I believe they're going to say out of bounds.
Out of bounds for a shot clock violation.
But we will see once the refs get done with their conference.
Meeting of the minds comes together. They're going to talk about it. We'll see if they put some back on it or the Thunder defense has not allowed the Crusaders really to set up into a good offensive rhythm. And
score 30-59. They appear to be talking and trying to set more on the shot clock, but we will see.
And it looks like we will do it. The guy will, the ref will actually count out as we get going.
Evelyn over to Whiff in the far corner.
Oh, and he gets fouled with a push. 2-point shot. Two.
One of his signals touching the line.
Must have been on the line. Was not the inbounds play that I was actually thinking they were going to run there, but all in all, it worked.
First shot up and in. What it looked like to me was the Crusaders were assuming a second on the shot clock and trying to get one fired up before
the shot clock expired.
Second shot up. It'll bounce off the rim a couple times. Whiff will grab his own rebound and put it in for 2 points. 23 inbounds for 3, crosses the timeline, settles up on the wing. Shoots it over to 14 on the opposite wing, but he tips it inbounds. Ball will be grabbed by Evelyn, but knocked out of his hands by 24, who will take it, pass it over to 23. 24 will grab it, and it'll get knocked out of bounds by Pribble.
It looks like a push will get called on Pribble. That's who will be his fourth.
Yep. Third team foul for the Crusaders. Score 33-59. 4 goes up for the corner 3, but it'll bounce out. Evelyn will grab the rebound. Shoot it over to Whiff. Sarchet in the corner. Evelyn top of the key. Haig on the wing. 23 Whiff on the corner.
Doesn't get the little hook to fall.
14 will grab the rebound and shoot it across the line over to 3. 23 deep corner. Shoots it back out to 14 wing. Pass to 24 gets tipped but grabbed by 4. 3 on the wing. Dribbles over 23 deep corner. Drives in a couple steps. 4 on the wing. Drives into the block. Shoots it over to 3 deep corner. Drives in a little bit. Puts up a 2-point shot and makes it in. Whiff to Evelyn, back to Whiff. Crosses the timeline. Whiff passes to Evelyn. Sarchet takes top of the key. Over to Whiff on the wing. Into Pribble in the paint. Pribble fires up a 2-point shot and sinks it. 23 inbounds to 3. 3 will fire it across to 14 at the block. Pribble will grab it, and they will say that is a on-the-arm foul. That will be his 5th personal foul.
That might be
and
5
pull him
for
out
him.
of the game.
We'll see who Ethan Hamburger will come into the game for the Crusaders.
Just under 4 minutes left. Score 35-61 in favor of the Thunder. Three inbounds to 13 deep corner. Puts up a 3-point shot but misses. Sarchet will grab the rebound, pass it over to Haig. Haig shoots it to Whiff. Whiff takes a step inside the line, pass it over to Berger, deep corner. Berger drives in towards the block.
Looks like we will get a blocking foul there.
I believe 24. They will say against, number 24. I was going to say number 3, but they will say against 24, his first personal foul. 3 minutes on the clock. Sarchet taking it out. Sarchet passes into Evelyn, but Evelyn will not touch the pass.
Knocked away by the Thunder.
Evelyn will take it out in front of his own team's bench. Pass it over to Whiff, just shy of the timeline. Whiff drives up top of the key over to the free throw line, over to Haig just inside the paint. They will get a on-the-arm foul before the shot, making the 4th team foul for the Thunder, with the Crusaders also having 4 team fouls. 2.5 minutes left on the clock, 35-61 in favor of the Thunder. Sarchet takes it out. Inbounds to Whiff. Whiff will drive into the paint, fire up a shot, and get a foul on it. That will be 2 shots for him. First shot up and in. Sarchet goes out to be replaced by Jacob Haig. Whiff preps for his second shot, puts it up. It'll roll around the rim. 42 grabs the rebound, passes to 14, crosses the timeline. Shoots it over to 13 on the wing. 23 down at the block, bounces off the foot, grabbed by Haig, passed over to Whiff. Whiff drives across the timeline, drives into the paint, passes it over to Hamburger, over to Whiff in the corner. Whiff drives in a little ways, fires up a shot but misses, rebound snagged by 14. 14 over to 13 on the wing, 14 on the wing. 23 on the block, gives an underhand pass to 42 on the block. 14 top of the key over to 13 on the wing. 23 just inside the corner, over to 42, fires up a shot but misses. Rebound grabbed by Evelyn. Evelyn shoots it over to Whiff. Whiff back to Evelyn on the wing. Evelyn into Haig on the block. Haig fires up and sinks a 2-point shot.
Jacob Haig with a nice touch pass there. Looks like it'll be a timeout by Coach Hall, but maybe it was just a referee's timeout to get him in. I'm not sure. Yep, looks like here comes Cooper Sarchet in. Avery Hall also in, and our Isaac will go out there.
If the Crusaders can score 3 more points, that will stop the running clock facing against them with a minute on the clock and score 38-61. 14 inbounds to 0, who crosses the timeline, shoots it over to 14 in the corner. Shoots it in 23 on the block, 0 on the three-point line, fires up a shot, but bounces off. Hamburger grabs the rebound, drives across the timeline, goes in towards the block, fires up a shot, and will get a foul on it.
And Ethan Hamburger will go to the line.
45 seconds left. Shot up and in. Second shot up and in. 23 over to 14, drives across the timeline, over to 13, 24. 14, top of the key, drives into the free throw line, over to 0. 23 just inside the corner. 24 on the block, fires up a shot but misses, grabs his own rebound, settles on the block, passes to 13 on the deep corner. Fires up a three-pointer but misses. 0 will grab the rebound underneath. Over to 14 on the wing. Passes to 13 on the other wing. 0 outside. 15 seconds left. 13 dribbles off. Passes inbounds to 24. 24 will hold on to the ball. Pass over to 0 on the wing. 0 dribbles over. Passes to 13, and with 1 second left on the clock, that will mark the end of the game. Final score 40-61 in favor of the Thunder.
And that concludes our broadcast, because I believe the games will be away for both of the Crusaders as we go into postseason. So that will conclude our broadcast of the game. So we will still have senior chapels and, of course, probably graduation and spring concerts. So we will still have some live ticket ones, but we will sign off. We thank you for the opportunity to bring you these games.